If you are on a journey as a man to realize yourself, your full potential, getting in great shape, learning how to fight, getting good with women, all these are great, but they fall on the wayside in the comparison to this one thing, which is the question, how do I monetize my true self? Not what other people want from me, not the direction in which your studies have pushed you, not what your parents wanted you to be, but your true self, your authentic advantages and the passion that lives behind it. To give space to the talents within you and the mission that has been assigned to you. And the painful truth is that if we don't, then the world will give you what's available, what it's generally giving out, which is a job. To live in one place with 1 or 2 vacations, to get accustomed to a routine that places you in the almighty autopilot life. I am not interested in giving you a business model or a quick path to 10K a month, because that shit, even when I did make money, didn't work for me. In this video, I'm going to describe the path that finally gave me the peace to make money with my authentic advantages and to have a day by day where I simply explore my passions, and that happens to be how I earn my money. If you're looking for a quick road to 10K a month, there is a million videos on that shit. This is about a career path, a life path that for the curious self-improver becomes an extension of you, because we live in a time where that's possible. Before I found this path, dude, I was stuck, man. I realized at the age of 20 that, wait a second, this bachelor in business that I'm doing is simply educating me for a job. And that shit scared me. And by the way, I realized this late because the 4 years before that I was smoking weed and I had no idea what's going on. So I woke up from a slumber, I looked around and I said, holy shit, this is not what I want. So I figured if I want freedom, impact and passion, then let's start making money. So I got into crypto trading. I learned about technical analysis and started trading CFDs in the crypto market. It worked out. I quickly had 15K in the bank as a student in my first year of international business, but I was fucking miserable. I hated how meaningless it was. I hated how dissatisfied I was, even though I was making a ton of money. It felt like I was adding nothing to the world. And I know not everyone relates to this. Some people are genuinely happy when they just make money. For me, there was something missing. To see the impact that I'm delivering, right? So I quit and later found something that gave me that passion and impact, which was coaching. I started helping young men overcome their weed addictions and help them with dating and self-improvement. Even though I was seeing the impact that I was delivering, I was broke as shit. I was waiting in restaurants and events like weddings, but at some point I had a job to deliver and install furniture at the most lavish villas in the Netherlands. From 5 in the morning until 8 in the evening, I was being confronted by real freedom. People that had massive houses and weren't even there, right? They were at their second house in Marbella. And that's when I knew I need to do something about this. So I saved up all my money and I invested 6.5K into a program that taught me how to start creating content to promote my coaching business. And then things started to move very quickly. My first video, absolute silence. My second and third video, absolute silence. My fourth, fifth, all the way to my 10th video, absolutely nothing. And oh boy, only if I quit after that 10th video, because the 11th video exploded. It gave me more clients that I could handle. It allowed me to get real case studies, real transformations, and it started my business. I was making more money than I did when I was trading crypto. And that's not even what interested me at all. I realized at that moment that I landed on a life path called synthesizing. Studying, growing, self-improving, leveraging the infinite scale of content to solve people's problems. That's synthesizing. And if you are a curious self-improver, then you have the muscle. The reason why you see Sam Owens and Hamza and Iman Ghaji, Alex Hormozi crushing this synthesizing game is because they started out as self-improvers. You have been doing this, solving your own problems, growing, wanting to realize yourself. These are the people that crush the synthesizing game. And so looking back, The last 3 years of my life have been serving clients deeply and then becoming friends after. Studying and learning for myself becomes value for others, and it just feels like you're making real waves in the world. And that's why I'm still 3 years later absolutely in love with my work and with this life path of the synthesizing. If you are a curious self-improver, whether you have a job, limited time, whatever it is, synthesizing can and should be either a part of what you're doing, creating a new income, or it should be everything that you're doing. In this day and age, we have an opportunity to bypass conventional education, conventional work, for you to design precisely the life that you want based on how much impact you can deliver. And in this video, I want to give you a 3-step process for you to start doing this right now. Let me give you a simple example first, and then I will give you the 3 steps in how you can actually start making money in a safe and predictable way. When I was smoking weed, that wasn't really helping my social side, right? I sucked at dating, and this was causing real pain. I felt that there was a little romantic inside of me, and it just didn't know how to express itself. So I started studying and learning back in the days from a channel called The Natural Lifestyles. I got really good at it, and then later when I was synthesizing, I started sharing those skills and that experience. That provided value for free. Those people started to reach out to me, whether I could help them with something, and that's how my first coaching program was created. It was a dating program for introspective business owners. And it worked very well for the simple reason that there's people out there in the world who have real pains. If you can alleviate those, they'll pay you for it. And that's really how simple this is. And mind you, not a single part of this whole process wasn't fun to me. Solving my own dating problem, back in those times, approaching women, creating content about it, creating the program and helping clients was all a massive passion project. And that's how clear and simple it is. So the 3 phases of this process. The first one is become a synthesizer. Let's say you are a 26-year-old male self-improver. In those 26 years, you have developed certain patterns of behavior that served as your survival mechanisms to get where you are. As children, we all developed certain skills for us to ensure the love from the world around us. That's what later in your life develops gifts and talents. You have those. You have experience, you have skills, and most importantly, you have passions. This is your bank, your storage of knowledge. And then you condense that knowledge into very specialized wisdom. So that's one, you start writing every day, creating ideas. Make sure that you have a routine of studying every day. And third, and most importantly, become a synthesizer. With the intention of creating content, everything changes. Now everything that you observe and consume becomes something that adds value to you, that you hope then to pass on to your audience, okay? So these 3 things is what makes you a synthesizer. You're absorbing wisdom every day, you're condensing that wisdom through writing, and third, you become a synthesizer in your life, constantly learning and asking yourself why and how things work. Now, if you feel like you have nothing to synthesize, I have seen a breathing coach, yes, someone who helps people breathe. And he's making 18,000 in monthly recurring revenue with his community. You speak English. There's people in this world that are in a relationship and they cannot fully communicate with the person that they love. That is the #1 pain for them. Even if you just speak English, you have something that can alleviate pain. So please, if you feel like you have nothing to synthesize about, then this isn't a lack of confidence. This is you being short-sighted and being objectively wrong, because you have, no matter what, value that can be monetized. There is absolutely no excuse. Now, when you've become a synthesizer and you're building this writing bank of ideas, then we move to phase 2, which is become a creator. Now, as a creator, what is your objective? Very simple. The objective is for you to create signal with your content. Signal very simply means the world starts engaging with your content. And when the world does that, it is telling you, hey man, that's valuable. We want to see more of that. And it can happen as early as your first video. And this provides the foundation for you to make your content even more powerful and to later start monetizing it in phase 3. So the first question is, what do we create if our objective is to establish signal? And again, let's keep this all as simple as it truly is. The game is to create content about unmet desires. Desires that people have that they aren't meeting. Those are the problems that create pain. If you speak to real pain, then people will listen and people will follow you. And if you are able to alleviate one of those pains with your content, then you have your first true follower. This is a person that will later buy anything that you put out there. And the only thing for you to do that effectively is to lose your own perception of the world for a second and to completely put your awareness on the other person behind the camera. People are lonely. People are lacking intimacy with women, unhappy with their jobs. Those are pains eating away at people. And if you can understand that rather than speaking from your world, you're speaking to their world, that's when you become a creator who is in the top 1%. So then how do we create content to create signal? Look at your writing bank and start turning those ideas into pieces of content. So the way I love to do this is to write actual mini essays about these ideas with the intention to then turn on your freaking camera and to start speaking to it from the heart. That's it. If you want a short step-by-step guide that helps you go through the process of writing 3 mini essays and getting those videos out there, then I have a free resource for that. I don't even want your emails, just use it. It's in the description if you need it. And that's how you create. Then one question remains, which is, where do you create? The answer is very simple. Initially, create where you have consumed. Use your intuitive knowledge about a platform. With that though, I do want to give you the advice that long form just kills short form. It allows you to build real connections and relationships with people. So in my opinion, YouTube truly is king. And as you are watching this here, I presume that YouTube will be the platform of your choice too. So that's the what, how, and where of becoming a creator. Now it's a matter of consistency and make every single video 10% better than the last one. The world will tell you exactly how to do that by the way in which they engage with your content or not. You have everything you need to make each video 10% better. And then in this process, somewhere, maybe the first video, maybe the 5th, maybe just like me, the 11th video, you will establish signal. And that's when we move to phase 3, which is selling. Like Napoleon Hill said, every great story of fortune starts with a day when a creator of ideas and a seller of ideas got together and worked in harmony. So for you as a synthesizer, become both. Selling an idea, whether that be through content, services, or products, depends for 99% of how you position the idea in the market. Let's look at a simple example. If you start creating content and your idea is to help people with dating, versus I help male business owners that are introspective over the age of 30, stepping into their masculinity to attract the feminine dream partner that they are missing in their life. It's both about dating, but one of these two allows you to create a lever, a massive lever, where you suddenly become the guy that people want to work with. Because you are so goddamn specific about the issue and the pain that you're solving. So how you position your ideas through content, services, and products is 99% of the whole selling process. This is nothing else than creating supply and demand tension, and you can move that lever at your own will by positioning yourself correctly. Unless you want to create a whole new lane in the world, which will take more time, more effort, unless you want to do that, then your best bet is to get specific about the person you're serving, the pains and the desires that they have, and the problem that you are going to solve. That's it. Now, once you have established signal, then here's the 5 steps in which you can start making money actually. No gatekeeping, no nothing. This is it. If you have signal and you follow these 5 steps, you will make your first sales. Now first, the narrative that you've put out there that achieved that signal. Create a service outline for the transformation that you're providing. So that's point A, point B, where you're taking them, and then describe the steps in which you, in your unique way, are helping these people get from point A to point B. That's your outline. That's precisely enough for you to start selling it. Then you either launch a landing page where people can sign up for a waiting list, or you take the simpler but less effective step, which is to create a simple Google form where you have people enter questions and then they can enter the waiting list that way. It's super easy and it actually works. This is how you validate your offer, register interest and qualify them in doing so, and also accumulate a list of leads that you can use in the following steps. In the second step, you're going to book appointments first and foremost with the people that have entered their interest, that are on your waiting list, but also you're going to create additional calls by creating a Calendly link where people can enter a discovery call with you. So you got your leads, you reach out to them immediately to book a call. You put that Calendly link in the description of your videos, and you make a short call to action in the videos explaining to them that they can book a call with you. This is how you get your first appointments. And then we move to step 3, which is collecting payments, making the sale. In this call, you literally let them describe their painful point A, and you let them describe their desired point B. Let them describe it and shut up. That's it. That's literally what happens if you were to book a call with me to build your synthesizer business. Because I want to know what is your point A and why does it hurt? And I want to know what is your point B and what do you really want? Is there a real motivation to do this? Because you and I both want to know whether this client is actually driven and actually suits the service that we're providing. So in those appointments, you listen to their point A and their point B, then you do your pitch that you have prepared. Simply walk them through the process of how you're going to help them. Try to collect the payment on the call, and if not, let them think about it and never push them. You don't want to push anyone to want to work with you. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't create a good experience for you nor them. So that's step 3, making the sale, collecting the payments. Then step 4, when you start working with these clients, your launch date, that moment will be the deadline for you to finish the service and the resources that are part of your service. If you want to build a course that's going to help them with the transformation, then you have until that launch date to build it. And we do this because we want to avoid building something before people buy it. This is the correct way to do it. I have done it the other way around, which made me build something that I've used only one time. And it cost me months to build it. So that was a very costly lesson. Avoid this and just follow these steps. And then 5 is very fucking simple. Serve the absolute hell out of these clients. Make them reach point B and then 15 steps beyond it. Do everything in your power to change their lives because you want absolutely stunning case reviews. If you get 15 powerful case studies, let's just call it the scale button, you can press the scale button because you have all the validation and the case studies and the results that you need to now build a 100K to 1 million per month education business. If you want to join the community for free, we're hanging out there, we're all doing this, come join us. And if you're serious and you want to start making 10K a month within 6 months, then the next cohort, starting the 1st of June, still has 3 spots open. Together with a group of men doing the same, we will build out your brand, content strategy, offer, and the whole synthesizer business behind it for you to start making 10K a month within 6 months. And that's actually a guarantee. Click in the link in the description. Short video will explain to you exactly what it is. And that's it. Take care of yourself. Bye.